February is sometimes one of the coldest parts of the winter. One of the worst winters in history in the United States came a very long time ago, 1899. Bill Steffen joins us from the Man Cave to tell us all about this. And Bill, what made the winter of 1899 so harsh?
Well, it was the cold and the snow. It was the biggest cold snap that we've ever had across the United States, covered every state from California to Maine. In fact, there was at least one spot in every state that had temperatures below zero, and the very heavy snow fell across parts of the south and the east. Got a picture to show you, and this is going to be kind of interesting. The picture is of a snowball fight. That's not unusual in the wintertime for a bunch of people to come out and do a snowball fight like that. That is at a state capitol, and I wondered, Emily, if you had a guess as to what state that would be.
Well, since you said from California to Maine, I have no idea.
Okay, well, the answer is, believe it or not, I don't know if anybody out there in the audience has a guess. This is a snowball fight that occurred in Tallahassee, Florida.
Oh, wow.
And Tallahassee picked up about 3 to 4 inches of snow. The temperature that morning in Tallahassee was, get this, 2 below zero. It's the only day there's ever been below zero temperatures in the state of Florida. Temperatures made it all the way down to the low 20s in Orlando and Tampa. Both of those cities had snow flurries during this cold snap, and it devastated the orange crop. In fact, many orange growers actually moved to Puerto Rico and Cuba after this particular bout with cold weather. Snow fell across the south all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. They had about 4 inches of snow on the ground for Mardi Gras down in New Orleans. Now, I want to show you a little bit about some of the cold around here. Emily, you got a guess as to how cold it got here in West Michigan?
Let's see. If it was -2 in Florida, -40?
We had a temperature as cold as -49 at Baldwin. That's a cold spot up there. We didn't get quite that cold here in Grand Rapids, but if you look at some of the cold temperatures that we had around the area, again, this is 1899, right around Valentine's Day. It reached -24 2 mornings in a row in Grand Rapids. And look at Muskegon at -30 even at the lakeshore. They had bone-chilling temperatures like that. Off to the north, it was -41 in Lake City, 31 below in Hastings, and 35 below at Hart. Temperatures across the country, by the way, were as cold as 8 below in Dallas-Fort Worth, 22 below Wichita, Kansas, and Breckenridge, Colorado had snowfall for 79 days in a row that piled up more than 10 feet deep. So it wasn't just one spot that got the nasty weather. It was everybody in the continental United States that picked that up. Now, take a look at some of the temperatures that we had here in Grand Rapids. This is for some of the high temperatures that we had over a 5-day stretch. And look at that, Emily. Wow, look at those temperatures. That -6 there is the coldest temperature for a high temperature we have ever had here in Grand Rapids. This goes all the way back to 1899, and we've never had a day where it's been that cold during the afternoon here in West Michigan. But 5 days in a row with the temperature not warmer than 2 above zero. So the cold was really intense. Of course, that made it very difficult to get around. We had a lot of snow on the ground at that time. Temperatures remained quite cold throughout much of the month of February after this particular cold air came on through. So pretty amazing to see some of the temperatures and some of the cold air that came. And again, it wasn't just the Midwest here that got in on it.
Well, Bill, this sounds like it was pretty chaotic, especially back in 1899. What do we know about how people handled this back then? They didn't have what we have now as far as taking care of the snow and the cold. They didn't have the tools to predict it. How did they deal with this?
Yeah, this came on rather suddenly here. In fact, in Trinidad, Colorado, the temperature dropped 50 degrees in just 2 hours, and a lot of people were caught outside. The most fatalities with the storm were in Colorado, and that's because of the quick freeze that they had there. One location, I think it was Colorado Springs, dropped 35 degrees in half an hour. So how do you dress the kids when they go off to school? Very heavy snows up and down the East Coast with this particular storm. They picked up 20.5 inches of snow in Washington, D.C., 16 15 inches in Boston and New York, and 34 inches at Cape May, New Jersey. In New York, you know what they did? They picked up horse-drawn carts, filled them with snow. In fact, everybody moved out if they could to move the snow out, and then they dumped it in the river. That was one way to get rid of it so people could get around. And of course, hardly anybody had a car back then. In fact, 1899 was the first year there was a car fatality, believe it or not. It was also the year that the paperclip was invented, so that goes back quite a ways. But in all that time, 1899 to 2023, we've never had a cold snap in the United States or in West Michigan like we did back in February of 1899.
What a year it was, it sounds like. I just learned a lot today, Bill. Thank you. You can read up about significant weather events in West Michigan's history right now at woodtv.com.